Okay then, Helldivers, loads to go over today as we've had Announcements Central come up. This is absolutely ridiculous, but we've got all new changes coming on the 17th for the Breaker is today's topic of choice, as well as a new war bond which has been announced for September 19th. Essentially, we're going to see how this one goes based on how many players return on the 17th for this big patch update before we actually see exactly what it is that's going to be happening here. Now, on top of that, we've got a big breakdown of everything you guys are stating on the Reddit, because thousands of you have hoarded over to the Reddit to go and see exactly what it is that's going on and put in your 2 cents. So we're going to cover it all today. If you haven't already, make sure you smash in that beautiful blue thumbs up and subscribe with post notifications turned on. On top of that, check out our sponsor, Instant Gaming, the platform where you can buy your video games cheaper for PC and consoles with the best deals, offers, promotions, and discounts. That's right, so much going on, and you guys can go ahead and get games such as Wukong and the new Space Marine 2 dirt cheap over there. It's a no-brainer. Link in the description. Let's see what's happening inside of Helldivers 2. So starting off, we had a post update to the thread of buffs that were going to be coming on the 17th, and today they updated the Breaker. It states right here, here goes the long-awaited Breaker update. Now it comes with an extended magazine which holds 16 shells and stack of force increased from 10 to 15. Now this is absolutely huge. They've obviously reverted this weapon back to the way that it was, plus given it an increased stagger. A lot of people are stating, myself included, that a lot of the reverts aren't really buffs, they're just putting things back the way they are, but they're now starting to add additional pieces onto it. So massive round of applause to Arrowhead for actually listening to what it is that's happening, although now the community are complaining it might be too strong. For me personally, you wanted buffs, you've bloody got buffs. Quit moaning, let's see what else is going on right here. Check this out.
Have we finally reverted the Breaker to what it was at launch?
Yes, we have.
We have.
You got more. It actually got more stagger.
Oh, nice. And 16 rounds per magazine.
Yes.
Nice.
And no, we didn't also take away magazines.
Now, I don't know about you, but I'm actually really enjoying these little clip videos coming from Johan and Nicholas. This looks incredible. I actually find them really, really entertaining. They bounce off each other really well, and the comedic value of it, A grade. If they want to keep doing these for everything that happens, feel free to, man. It's an absolute tickle on my whistle. I love it. But next up, on top of that, 2 days after the big patch is coming out on September 19th, we now have insight for the brand new war bond. This is going to be absolutely amazing. I've been waiting for this sort of thing for ages, and some of you guys have had your ideas implemented inside of it. Yeah, you're not going to believe this one at all. But it states, don't you just love the smell of freedom in the morning? Unleash weapons of gas destruction to sterilize the battlefields of our vile alien threats. The Chemical Agents Warbond is coming to Helldivers 2 on September 19th with the full briefing. And with the video clip that we've got on hand, you guys can see some incredible stuff, such as the new armor sets, which is the Hazmaster and the Nauseous Ranger. These two look amazing, and they just look so entertaining. For me, the Hazmaster is an absolute no-brainer. Going to be getting my hands on that straight away, alongside the capes, which are the Standard of Safe Distance and the Patient Zero's Remembrance. Absolutely incredible. For me personally, these are quite hard hitters. They've done such a good job with this that there's actually hopefully some decent moves, because on top of that, we're not just seeing everything we've seen before. We've now got stratagems in the war bond, including the TX41 sterilizer and the AX TX13 guard dog breath. Both of these are going to be gas repellent, so essentially you have got a flamethrower, but instead of a flamethrower, it is a gas thrower. And actually visually, they've done a really good representation of that. So visually, it looks a lot better than the flamethrower did even at the beginning. I quite like the aesthetic of it. Very well done. And then we've got the guard dog, which is going to be a nightmare, and everyone's going to be covered in poison, but we'll have to take a look into that one in just a moment. We'll see exactly what it is that the effects are going to be, and this one's going to be pretty damn interesting to say the least, because both of these armor sets genuinely have an advanced filtration passive, so you guys can run around the toxic clouds as much as you want. It's looking to be absolutely awesome, so it's going to be fun. We'll see exactly how this one pans out, but we've now got stratagems hitting the war bonds. As to how people are viewing that one, I don't really know, because it's essentially locking content behind paid windows, and I'm not too sure how the community feel about that one. We've obviously know that they've made their point about that previously, but we'll have to see exactly what happens. Moving into the extra content that's available on top of this, so we have now got these skins that are going to be entailed, aka the patterns. The mustard stuff that's coming in, the shuttle pattern, the helipod pattern, the exosuit pattern, all looks yellow, and it's showing a massive resemblance for the mustard gas, which I'm not too sure we should be celebrating, but nonetheless, that's something that is now coming in, and it looks insane. As well as the stim pistol. That's right, you guys wanted it, and now you've got it. The P11 stim pistol, which looks amazing. It looks so damn amazing that I just can't believe that they actually went ahead and did it. But it's going to work so damn well alongside the current movement for the gas grenade, and then obviously emotes, natural gas extraction usages, and then the expert exterminator player title with the new player cards. For me personally, great new little addition. As long as they don't nerf this one into the ground, this could come out quite well. And with the player base growing more and more in the daytime, because we're now hitting numbers that are slowly starting to grow more than what they have done over the previous days, we're now stretching at around 17,000. I know we're clawing at the thousands, but nonetheless, it is now starting to grow as of today with the big announcements. What is it you guys are thinking to this? Well, this post right here made me laugh no end. It states, I think we need to check this guy for a stim addiction. And as you can see, part of the trailer had this guy that you will have noticed on the thumbnail, and he has stims attached to every part of his body. This guy has got a serious issue, but it looks hilarious, and I love how they're making the comedic effect to everything that they've got in tow. On top of that, we have got this right here. Got burned too many times by this dev, and it states already celebrating Arrowhead's buff and rebalance teasers. Actually waiting until patch day to see what they really did. And I think that that's the best thing to do, and something that you guys really all need to take note on. It should be something that you guys really are careful with, because it's not always something that is good based on our previous experiences. And based on that, we're going to talk about the overbuff and what you guys are talking about before we get into the Arrowhead support actually leaking something, some say. We'll take a look into that one in a sec. But it states, if weapons are overbuffed, then do not overreact to them being turned by slight nerfing. Context, railgun main here. We'll use it on the bugs as well. As far as the title goes, with the railgun buff and armor reworks, we might be running into situations that some weapons might be consistently too good. And by too good, one example of the railgun should not be outperforming the AT weapons in taking down Striders and Titans. So make sure that you guys are not going off on one when they make sure that they nerf it down a little bit. They may have gone a little bit OTT to try and bring the player base back. To level this back down to the point where it's not ridiculously overpowered and the only weapon people are using again, if they do end up sticking a small nerf into it, I would not be surprised, and I think a lot of you guys have kind of asked for it to a degree, stating, it's really cool you're giving us our power fantasy, but this is a little bit silly. So if this stuff does happen, then please don't start jumping on the bandwagon of hating on them. There's going to be more balance patches in the future that will bring things up and bring things down, as long as they don't nerf everything into the ground. That's pretty much what we're worried about. The problem wasn't that everything was nerfed. The problem is that everything was getting quite boring inside of the game, and everything was very samey, and we were all having to use the exact same loadouts that we would always use because nothing else was viable. That's the truth. And this one is going to make a lot of you guys happy. States right here, Shadow confirmed AR and Arc buffs with a post that states, all I need is AR buffs and Arc thrower buffs, and I'm completely happy. And somebody stated right here, who happens to be Arrowhead support, prepared to put a smile on. So expect to have the ARs come through with a buff in toll, and that makes me so damn happy because I want to put on that penetrator and for it to actually bloody penetrate. Yep, I don't think I've ever said the word penetrate so many times in one sentence. Nonetheless, we're looking at the top comments from the previous video that you guys have got right here, stating, I'm gonna laugh when the final buff is plus 250% more health on enemies. There is no way they're gonna be that stupid to do that. I really hope that's not the case. If you guys do think that's gonna happen, let me know via the comment section. But this next one right here says, this is why competition is key to a good production for consumers. Once Space Marine came out, they had PvE competition, and that is very true, actually. The only thing that Space Marines has obviously got a problem with right now is there's only 6 missions. Obviously, Helldivers has got a lot more, but if you took biomes and enemy types into comparables, there's not really much more than that. It's just all a little bit less normal because it's all generated a bit differently based on the planets. So yeah, they do have the upper hand on Space Marine right now, but everything that's going on with it puts Space Marine at a bit more of an advantage. And this final comment right here states they've seen Space Marine 2 and decided, man, if we don't buff stuff, we are going to lose everyone. And I genuinely feel like that might well be the case. I actually genuinely feel like that might well be the case, because there's no reason why they're releasing little bits of information for the next 7 days, just happens to be the same time that Space Marine is launched, and done quite successful as well at doing that. So we'll have to see exactly how this one pans, but I'm excited for the future of Helldivers, and I do genuinely believe, like I have said throughout the whole time, that this is going to make a comeback at some stage or another. It may not be at the end of these 60 days, but watch this space, because Helldivers is known for being a good game, and is definitely going to make its return one day. Nonetheless, if you haven't already, smash that like button, subscribe, post notifications turned on, appreciate your faces, and I'll see you in the clouds.